Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Excellencies, fellow speakers and panelists at this conference, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. I'm really delighted and indeed honoured to give the keynote address at this first Africa Roundtable and Conference on Corporate Social Responsibility. I must say I was deeply impressed with the speech of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of the State of Lagos, Governor Fashola, read here to us this morning. It was a very thoughtful and very well-crafted speech, which I think gives us a very good base to talk about corporate social responsibility, because you need a government committed to the enabling environment for good corporate responsibility of the private sector. I was also able to come to the end of the round table yesterday evening and heard Professor Craig Smith and other panelists winding up on what seemed to be a very good and very thoughtful discussion. And last year I had the pleasure of coming here to Lagos to take part in an important lawyers' conference on rule of law and other issues organized by the Koramo Foundation. And I was very pleased to see that that foundation is one of the sponsors of this initiative. So let me begin by commending the organizers of this initiative because it is so timely. And I'd like to say a special word of praise to Ms. Ini Onuk and her team. I think she deserves another round of warm applause. I'm going to provoke a little bit at the beginning by saying that I often like to drop the middle word from CSR and not talk so much about corporate social responsibility, but almost more about corporate responsibility. And maybe that makes me sound a little bit more like a lawyer than a business person, but then I am a lawyer, so that is perhaps to be expected. But I firmly believe that corporate social responsibility is key to the private sector reaching its full potential, and that corporate responsibility is also absolutely key to the future of Africa. I want to make the core business case for corporate responsibility and its impact on African economies. As I said, when you put too much emphasis on the word social, it evokes the idea of the role that corporate social responsibility can play as a kind of public relations side of the corporate image, the brand. And I'm not decrying this. It's important that corporations are good neighbours in a community, that they do concern themselves about opportunities for education, about potentially helping health clinics or being otherwise good neighbours. But that's not really the core of what we're talking about today. I want to share 3 areas of experience in working on corporate social responsibility with you. Firstly, during my time as UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, where we looked both at the negative side, the problems of corporations, but also the potential of corporations leading to the United Nations Global Compact. Secondly, I want to share some of my learning experience as the chair of the Business Leaders Initiative for Human Rights for a period of 6 years, and indeed now as chair of the Institute for Human Rights and Business, based in London, but operating on a global scale. And thirdly, I want to speak